Hello all and welcome to All Red. Federico Chiesa to Liverpool. Can it be true? Il tempo lo farà. That means time will tell in Italian. So this is the channel that is all Liverpool all the time. It's All Red. Please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Super duper helps us out. And of course, you can become an All Red member, which is even more incredible. Let's get into Federico Chiesa. This is an interesting rumor. It's a rumor at best, but one that I enjoyed unpacking, and I want to share what I found out with you. Who is Federico Chiesa? Well, he's a 26-year-old Italian, really kind of an attacker, and really can play anywhere on the front line. A lot of people know him as a left winger. He played there in the Euros for Italy, but he can really play anywhere on the front line. Left wing, striker, right winger, and even in that 8 or 10 role. This is a guy that loves to get up and down the lines. He loves to get backwards and forwards and is a very good ball carrier. And we're going to go through some pros and some cons and really kind of dive into why his market value right now is really only around 15 million pounds, which is just incredible considering that this kid was valued at nearly 100 million almost 3 to 4 years ago. So what has happened? He's only 26. Why is his value not higher in Europe? Well, here's the first thing, and it is his injury record. So he does not have the best track record when it comes to staying on the pitch. And you'll notice the biggest one right here, which was almost a year long, almost a whole calendar year. Back in early 2022 when he had the cruciate ligament tear in his knee. And a lot of people said he's never really fully recovered from that. That's a major, major injury. And I think we're starting to see that maybe he has. And I'm going to show you some stats to prove that true. But even apart from that, we've got a hamstring, we've got some knee problems, muscle fatigue is how they say it in Italy, I think. Just lots of muscular problems, unknown. Just kind of one of those players where you wonder, like, okay, would he even hold up to, a month in the Premier League? Because it just seems a little frail and a little brittle. However, there could be a case for arneslot if the data checks out. And his training team to say, you know what, we're going to take a chance for a very, very low price. It's a buy low with potentially a massive impact on the team if they can figure out his body type, maybe figure out his blood type, and figure out how to keep him healthy. At the same time, this is a guy that's not going to need to come in and play 90 minutes once or twice a week. He could come in and be an incredible, absolutely incredible impact sub, come in on the 60th or 70th minute every single game. Are you kidding me? Whoo, that sounds amazing. So this is the big question mark. It's the injury record, and it's a legitimate question mark. It's a legitimate concern because this has been probably his biggest Achilles heel. No pun intended. I don't think the Achilles is on there, so that's okay. But his biggest issue in his career so far. Now, at the same time, Juventus have been very public about not wanting him to stay at the club. This has probably lowered his value because teams just know that they're ready to get rid of him. He also only has 1 year left on his contract, so there's kind of this perfect storm of things falling into place for Chiesa to be a cheap prospect that could potentially be an absolutely incredible signing. So let's ask the question, why not? Why shouldn't Liverpool sign this kid? Well, let's actually ask why they should, because I think there's some really compelling reasons. Now, check this out. This was last season in the Serie A. I think Chiesa's back. Look at these stats. 98th percentile for progressive carries, 98th percentile for shot creating actions, 96th percentile for expected assists, 94th percentile for passes into the penalty area, 96th percentile for crosses into the penalty area, and 98th percentile for carries into the penalty area. Incredible stats. He was very much a leading attacker in the Serie A last season. And of course, Serie A, Premier League, not super duper comparable. And honestly, not a lot of true Italian Serie A players have come to the Premier League and succeeded. But I think this guy has kind of just the attacking prowess, the direct nature to really make an impact in Liverpool and in the Premier League. And I'll just run through these stats real quick, and we'll just pick out the ones that really kind of stand out. Now, right off the bat, his actual goals and assists are not super duper impressive, but there's some things in here that I think are very impressive and could really make an impact on the Liverpool attack across the board. Because I just did a video very recently, maybe it hasn't even come out yet. A couple minutes ago, I think I just released a video about Liverpool's biggest need and what they could potentially grab in this transfer window. And I think second to a central defensive midfielder would be, for me personally, would be a backup to Mohamed Salah on the right wing. We don't really have that right now. We saw Harvey Elliott come in. I don't think we want him to be our second choice on the right wing after Mohamed Salah. He's more of a 10 role player. Now, Szoboszlai could slot out there, but clearly Szoboszlai's best position so far for slot has been in that 10 role. So Chiesa could definitely come in and be that backup to Salah should something happen to Salah, or when we need to rest Salah. It's going to happen inevitably. And so I think Chiesa could come in and do a fantastic job of that. Even on the right wing, he's very versatile. So let's look at some of these stats that stand out. First and foremost, he's a very good ball carrier. Very good ball carrier, very, very direct. And he could do that really well on either the right or the left wing, even through the middle. He could be sort of a Jota type of striker, maybe more of a false nine, but could be a very, very good ball carrier anywhere in that attacking three. Now let's scroll down. We don't really need him for free kicks, so that doesn't really matter. What else do we see here? It's very good passer, lots of passing attempts, and we already looked at his expected assists. So this guy is a very good player, attacker at getting into position and supplying excellent balls into the box and into his other attacking partners. Passes into the final third, passes into the penalty area, crosses into the penalty area. Very, very good stats there. I'm going to try to get rid of, disaster. These ads are just popping up all over the place. Stand by, I'm gonna get rid of these. These are just atrocious, my goodness. All right, now we get into some juicy stats. If you look at these now, incredible throw-in taker, apparently, 99th percentile for throw-ins taken. Incredible stuff, but I digress. Crosses, corner kicks, so very good at getting the ball into the box from wide areas. It doesn't matter if it's in swinging, out swinging. This is why this guy could be a fantastic option to play anywhere on the front three. He can do it with both feet and can do it really well. Shot creating actions, incredible numbers here. Almost 5 per 90. That's 99th percentile. Just think about the opportunities Jota and perhaps Darwin Núñez, Salah, Szoboszlai, McAllister could have with this guy supplying those shot creating actions. It's incredible to think about. Doesn't matter if it's a live ball, dead ball. He's very good at taking on defenders. We're scrolling down here. I think there was one other thing here I wanted to look at. Very good at carrying the ball. And there was one other thing. I'm trying to find it here. He's got lots of final third touches. I think I can't remember where it was. Anyways, I think it was his ball carrying, and I seem to have misplaced it. But I digress. Here it is. Carries, total carrying distance, progressive carrying distance, progressive carries. That's the one I wanted to look at. Almost 5 per game, 4.5 per game per 90. And this guy is he loves, gathering the ball and just bombing it. And he's very good at splitting defenses, not with passing, but also with dribbling. And he has the pace to do it. So Chiesa, I think, would be a fantastic signing. He is a Champions League caliber player. We've seen him play there with Juventus. And I think this would be an absolutely incredible steal for what Liverpool could potentially have to pay for him. I think the number being thrown out right now is £15 million, which is just like, you gotta do that. You gotta pull the trigger on that, guys. Because this guy could be an absolutely game-changing impact player in the Premier League for Liverpool. So, hey, I'm all on board. Do I expect this to happen? I'm going to say probably not. But who knows? When these rumors come out, it seems like they don't happen for Liverpool. It seems like, things need to just appear out of thin air. The deal's already done and we haven't heard about anything, and we hear that it's done. Okay. So Chiesa to Liverpool, this could be, the Italian media, it could be Juventus trying to drum up, more interest, trying to get, it could be his agents trying to drum up more interest, trying to get an actual move done to Barcelona quicker and maybe for more money. We don't know. But, this is probably not coming from inside of Liverpool. This is not coming from Hughes or Edwards because they don't do that. So yes, Fabrizio Romano has reported. Even Paul Joyce has reported that Fabrizio Romano has reported. Those things to me right now just don't matter, and I'm not getting my hopes up. But if they manage to pull this off, even if Barcelona is his first choice and that falls through and Liverpool swoop in, I think it would still be a fantastic piece of business because this guy is dynamic, and at that price tag could be an absolute steal for the Reds.
Yeah, of course.